What's up, guys? It's the XC60 project here today, and this is our weekly update video. This is the second weekly update video, and these will be every Friday. For new people, these are every Friday at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. They get posted in the morning. And so this week has actually been a very interesting and fun week. It started out with the exhaust manifold being finished, ceramic coated, and they did it in black. So I picked that up. And then, to my surprise, the big brake kit came this week, which I had no idea was supposed to come. So that was really good. So I'm actually having to make an order from IPD for the motive brake bleeder thing because I don't really have a brake bleeder. I used to go to a buddy's house to bleed brakes, and COVID. So so I made an order from IPD with a bunch of other goodies that were on a closeout and overstock sale. So that's coming. Then yesterday my vinyl wrap came. Now my plan for my vinyl wrap is to do the mirror covers with, so on my steering wheel there's a pinstripe in the middle, and on the driver's side it's blue, on the passenger side it's yellow. So I'm going to do the driver's side mirror in blue and the passenger side mirror in yellow. I got the colors that were the closest to Polestar blue and Daytona and Swedish yellow off of Vivid Wrapped. So I got them, and the blue looks really good. The yellow, it's a little bit too like greeny neon to my personal preference, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it on, and we're going to see how and if it looks. And if it looks terrible, I'll take it off and just do it in blue. But if it doesn't look that bad, I'll probably just leave it. And I bought too much wrap. I bought 2 feet by 5 foot rolls of it, not realizing how big it was. So I will have plenty of wrap if I ever wanted to wrap anything else. There was some. Oh, and then, so on the 26th of March, that's the day. On that day, my car goes into Mark 5 Automotive for the exhaust manifold install. They're also going to install the dual port elevate recirculation valve on the turbocharger. And that's going to be really easy because the turbo has to come off to do the manifold. I have the blue silicone hose from IPD, and they're going to redo the turbo, like the turbo vacuum lines and stuff with that. They are going to heat wrap my exhaust. So with the second iteration of my exhaust, it is now one entire assembly or unit. There's no bolts anywhere in the exhaust except onto the turbo. It's just a downpipe, and then they welded the downpipe to the rest of the exhaust when they cut out the bottleneck of the downpipe and the resonator. So it's one whole unit. So I have some heat wrap, and they're gonna just heat wrap the exhaust as much as they can until the heat wrap runs out. So that's going on. And then they're also going to do, and I've ordered all the new hardware from Volvo Canada. So studs, nuts, bolts, flanges, gaskets. So all that, they have all that stuff. So they're going to be doing all that. And then they're also going to do a custom stage 2 tune with it. And then after every time I do something else, I just go there and they do a quick revision. That tune should definitely optimize the car a lot better, make it run better, and it will make more power than the TDI piggyback box. I'm also happy about that because I won't get any check engine lights for O2 sensors, which is really good, because if I've noticed it when you do a couple pulls in a row, the check engine light for the O2 sensor comes on. I have no idea why that's when it does it, but you can tell it runs differently. It doesn't pull as hard, and it idles a lot rougher with the check engine light for the O2 sensor. So I just grab my Canadian Tire code scanner and I just clear them, and then they go away and they don't really come back until you do those pulls. So the custom station tune is going to get rid of those. So there's that. And I also am starting to believe that either my CV or my link tie rod is either loose or broken. So last week, at the beginning of last week, I smashed a pothole. It was coming off a ramp onto a bigger road, and it was a huge pothole. Like I thought I felt the car like actually lift off the ground for a second and slam back on itself. But I looked under there when I was doing the snap stuff. Nothing looked loose or broken or bent, which is good. But whenever you turn the wheel slightly, especially when you're not like really going anywhere, like if you're stopped and you're turning out a parking spot, or if you're just going like under 5 kilometers an hour and you're turning it, there's a small pop, like a very faint pop or a like type noise. And I've read that can be a symptom of an axle going, or a half shaft going, or it could just be a loose tie rod from smashing that, or even, I don't think it's a broken tie rod, it could be a loose one. So I'm going to check that, and then if it's a half shaft, I'm just going to go to Rock Auto, and Rock Auto is great. I'm just going to go to Rock Auto and order a new one because it's like $100. And then I'm also thinking my struts are going out, at least in the front, because I've noticed that like when you slam a door, or not necessarily slam it, but close it hard, you can see the body of the car like shakes with the door being closed, and it didn't really ever do that before. And then whenever I fill up my car, I always check the oil, because I know it has a sensor for low oil, but I don't trust sensors. I'd rather physically look at it, because then I know with my eyes it's good. And whenever I check the oil, the oil has never been a problem. But you can, like, if you put any weight on the car, it really like it doesn't take a lot to get the car to bounce with it being parked and like the hood open. And I'm also kind of feeling that when you brake, the front of the car pitches a lot. Not a lot, but quite a bit. So I know that's a symptom of struts being bad. And I always have it in advanced mode, but so it's always only stiff. So like feeling it stiffer isn't like, I don't notice it because it's always stiff. But those are my two reasons why I think my struts are going out, and that's the reason why I think my half shaft's going out. I'm actually on my way home right now, and I'm going to show you all the stuff that came this week. So for my mirror covers, I ordered them from Volvo Vancouver, and it's a lot cheaper, I find. And Monty, I believe is his name, runs the Don Dockstetter of Volvo Vancouver, and that's where I've ordered a lot of my parts from. Shipping's pretty cheap for Vancouver. So I asked him, and I emailed him at the beginning of the week, and I was like, I made an order through you about a week and a half ago. Haven't heard anything about it. They just said it's been received. And then he told me the mirror cover is on back order from Sweden. So it probably will be here the 16th or 17th, he said, of March. So it's going to arrive in Vancouver the 16th and 17th of March. And then he's going to, and then it ships to me. So that's why that's when a rough idea of when it will wrap the mirrors. And the reason why I'm replacing the mirror is because I think it was 3 years ago, my mother had the car in the garage, backed it out of the garage, and clipped the mirror on the like garage door rail and ripped the cover right off. And like since then, I just kind of slapped it on there, and it held up. And then in the beginning of January, whenever you drive the car, it really was rattling, like you could hear it from over there. And it ended up being my mirror signal lens. The plastic lens for the signal was loose or broken, and it was rattling around. So I had that replaced. And now you're at the car wash, like the Wash King car wash, and you're washing it yourself, it will just fly off or fall off. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to order a new gear cover. And I don't like the Volvo website because it doesn't tell you if you're ordering one or two. It's 260 Canadian dollars. It doesn't tell you if you're ordering one or two. I ordered a chrome and a black one, or I ordered either a chrome or a black one. I don't know, but it's getting wrapped either way, so I don't care what the color is. So yeah. So now we're going to go, and I'm going to show you all the stuff that came. So here's the wrap that came. This is the Daytona yellow. I ordered them in matte. There's that. And then I also ordered like a install wrap type kit. I also ordered knife lace tape, which I found out later I didn't need to order. The X-Acto knife. And they had this on their website. It's apparently like a really good ceramic coating for the vinyl wrap. I was like, you know what, let's just get it. So that's for that. And then they put it in this really awkward install box, and I don't think this is their box. I think this might just be something they had in storage that fit. Then this is the box that will be going to Mark 5. In it, it has the blue IPD turbo stuff, turbo hoses. It has this box of stuff from Volvo Vancouver, all the nuts and washers and everything. It has the manifold, which was exhaust coated and or ceramic coated in black. It has the, I also, before I ordered the Volvo stuff, on Rock Auto, they had exhaust manifold gaskets for the T6, and they were like $8, so I ordered 2 of them, just to save money. This is the Elevate dual port blow-off valve, the recirculation valve, and this is the heat wrap. Now I would have rather ceramic coated it, but my downpipe is no longer a separate piece, so this probably won't cover a lot, but it's better than nothing. So that's what's going on Mark 5. And then we have obviously the big great kit, where if you watched my earlier video, I unboxed that. So this is everything that came this week, and apparently my IPD order that I made 2 days ago is supposed to come tomorrow. So shout out to IPD USA for being super quick on their shipping, because that's like insane shipping time. But yeah, I think I've come up with a name for the car too. I've wanted to have a name for the car, and I was always thinking like the XC60 GT or something like that. But then I thought, you know what, that's just kind of like goofy. So then I've thought about it, and so it's an XC60, and 60 in Roman numerals is LX. I'm not going to name it the XC60 LX, don't worry. The name I've come up with it is Lexi, and that's what the XC60 project car, the XC60 build, its name is Lexi, so that's Lexi. So that's going to be the name for the car, is Lexi. So that's the name I've come up with. Next week the 16th and 17th. All right, next week the mirror covers might come. The powder coating for the rest of the stuff should be done. Next weekend I'm going to install all my engine mounts, because if all that stuff is done, I can do it. Might even do the brakes, maybe, if I have time for that. So next week there's also going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And then the 26th is the big day. Big day for Lexi. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I apologize, this update was a little bit longer, and I don't plan for all of them to be this long. There was just a lot of stuff to talk about. There was just a lot of stuff to talk about and to go through, because it has been a very interesting week. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned for next week's weekly update, any videos that come before that. But anyways, thanks for watching. See you next week.